Hello, Aries. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. Welcome to the channel. Your reading is activated. We have that devil energy immediately, right? Don't worry. The devil energy is one of rebellion. It is one of, breaking up the norm, right? Getting out of routine. Finally, getting, so fed up, you just say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not taking this anymore. You know what? I'm out, right? This is not for me. So this card, to me, not a bad deal. This is all of the conditioning that, we went through as kids, through our families, our parents, our communities, going to school, higher education, going out into the world, into the job force, all of this conditioning, trying to mold and refine us or, make us pliable, whatever, however you like to look at it, all of that, and then this energy shows up and says, nope, you know what, we're going to do what we know that we need to do. We're going to search for ourselves, look for our meaning, our true will, our reason for being here. The guardian angel, if you will, our daemon, not to be mistaken with demon, our higher thinking, the thing that gets you up out of bed, the thing that says, maybe you have a lot of regrets, maybe you've made some bad decisions, heck, maybe you've even been kind of a not the best person all the time. I'm pointing at myself here. But you know what? We're going to get up today and we're going to get it. We're going to figure out, how do we start working towards the better? How do we start really stopping and tuning out all of the noise around us, everything that everybody else wants to tell us how to live, what's right, what's wrong, why you're here, all that. Tuning all that out and starting to listen to yourself. That voice that is within you that has been probably screaming to get your attention. And that is why there is the discomfort, and that is why the devil energy shows up. Because you know what? We're tired of just going along to get along, aren't we? We're tired of making ourselves small. We're tired of being silent in our own lives. Nah, that is not the energy here. That devil card says, no more of that. It is time to stand up. It's time to really, really, really be honest with ourselves. You don't have to be honest with anybody else, babe. That's not what I'm saying. Honest with yourself. Not your boyfriend's voice, not your mom's voice, not your kid's voice telling you should do this, that's not cool, I wish you would be more this, that. No. You hear that? Quiet. Listen to yourself. Because all that other stuff is misdirection. It is just another thing, an ordeal that the universe is putting out there. And it is. I don't know if it's a test or if it's just one of those, that reality show Big Brother or whatever, where they can just, is it Big Brother? I'm thinking of, I can't even say the name of it, Fish Tank, where you can, these people live in a house and then you call in, or not, you don't call in, I'm so old. You get on the internet and you can pay to have them do tasks or whatever, and it's not nice. And I do not endorse that channel or those creators, although you do know what I be watching. All right, let's get started. I want to say thank you for being here. We have the number 44. Look at that. Very clear. 44 right here. Okay. So we're working in our fours. And thank you for being here. If you want to help the channel, support the channel in some way, liking, subscribing, and leaving comments really, really helps. I've been asking all of my readings today, what colors have you been into lately? Like, what have you been wearing? Why have you been wearing those colors? I am a superstitious person. I usually will pick colors aligned with, like, the magical work I'm doing, or a celestial event, or, I assign colors to people in my life, they represent or represented by different things. And when I want to promote some kind of energy with them, for them, of them, if I'm going to be communing with them, I'll wear those colors to kind of correlate with that work. Usually I'm wearing black, though. I'm a Virgo, dude. I'm a Virgo with a Capricorn rising, also Aquarius. Weird girl. Weirdo. Just, I want to be seen, but not seen. Don't look at me. Listen to me, but don't look at me. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm a fool, but please take me seriously. And I know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'm that girl. All over the place. So I wear my black clothes and kind of fade into obscurity. But yeah, put that in the comments. Tell me what you've been wearing. We have the number 7 as well. 7 and 2 have been very holy in my own work lately. Very prominent, very up in the mix constantly. All right, so let's get started. What is this? What's going on? I feel as though we have a person in your life, older, feminine energy, maybe a mother, maybe a grandmother, maybe a friend's mother, possibly, or a mother that wasn't super involved. Very much supportive, loving. I feel like you have a good relationship, but just not around a lot. So there almost seems to be this disconnect where it's like, yes, this is my mother, or this is my grandmother, this is, but there's just one, it's like just like on the dial, just one off from being like fully connected, right? So I think at times, like, you have this real desire to, like, go to this person and be vulnerable, open up, tell them all the news of your life, and, lament and laugh and make fun of and all of this. But there's like this tiny little thing inside of you that catches you and says, I don't know, maybe that's not the right thing to say. So there is this awareness within this relationship. And I think for you, because you're an Aries, you're like a ride or die. Once we're good, we're good. We're good. Unless you really disrespect an Aries. Like, I'm not saying that you're like some fool. You're just gonna, like, hang on to whoever comes around, and you're like, yeah, we're best friends forever, forever, blah, blah. No. I mean, no. But if somebody you connect with, that you're, like, spirit bonded, you treat each other with respect, there's never any reason for disrespect, like, that's your person for life. Like, you have to have a good reason to, like, kind of be off of them, right? So for this to be somebody that you can't just 100% be all that you are, all of the good, the bad, the ugly, the annoying, the vulnerable, silly, the obsessive, the compulsive, the whatever, it's very difficult for you. It's draining. It's draining to have to limit yourself with somebody. And that's what it is. And I feel like this is something that you have wished to be different over and over and over. You've done the work. You've done the therapies. You've tried the things. You've done the conversations. You've, made the appeals. And it's still, there's just this disconnect there. And I don't, ultimately, I'm looking at this. I don't see that this is like a change. There's not going to be a change here. Not right now anyways. There might be in the future. There's always potential for that. But I feel like this is more like it wants to be confirmed that your feelings are valid. They're always valid. And nobody needs to confirm that, not even spirit. Okay? I don't care how illogical or, borderline psychotic your feelings are. They are valid. That doesn't mean that you hold on to them or you act on them. You can feel them things and let them go, babe. Like, you don't have to marry them. Okay? So, I do feel like this is a confirmation. This is something that, I feel like you needed to hear. Like, I feel like sometimes things maybe bother you, and then you look at your situation and you're like, at least I have a mom, or at least I still talk to my mom. I mean, how many people do we know that just don't talk to their families at all? I'm raising my hand. Not really, but I am. I don't really talk to I talk to my sister. And my sister's wonderful. She's like fabulous, wonderful. But, still, I'm with you. We are a culture of a generation, especially if you're a millennial, then most of us are, not most of us, there are a good number of, I don't want to overly sweepingly generalize, but yeah, a lot of people are no contact or limited, right? So, you feel your feelings. It doesn't have anything to do with who you are or your worth. Or, ultimately, and I know this, I don't want to try to big up somebody else, especially somebody that where you have pain, but I don't think this is your mother's fault either, really. It's conditional, it's situational, it is her childhood. You have a mother that is a escape artist in a lot of ways. Will do all the things, set up all the things, make sure you have all the stuff you need and you're where you're at when you need to be there. But where are they? Emotionally, especially. So, I think this is something that you wrestle with it. Even now. I don't care if you're, 75 years old. These things, they stay with us. Now, I want to be real corny here, and I want to tell you that I love you. No matter how these people treat us, or don't treat us, or just disappear from our lives. That has no reflection on you. You're wonderful. And you deserved better. And if your mom's still around and you are still pretty freaking close, like I feel like you are, it's okay to feel like you're missing something, even when you look at people around you and you think, well, I should feel lucky. Because it's all relative. I sit here as a person. My mom passed away when I was 11, and I was in a home of great abuse and addiction and, neglect, and it was bad. I had a really bad life and bad relationship with my parents, and it never got better because they died. They passed away before I grew up, which it probably would have been worse. Really. I mean, let's be, but I sit here as a person who's been through it, And there are people that have had it way worse than me. And I've talked to quite a few, you know, and I laugh and I make that sound. I laugh. It's not even just, I can't fathom sometimes the world we live in. But I sit here saying this, and I say it to, you know, to anybody, but especially people who have had what you would maybe consider like a good childhood. You have good parents. They like show up. They, you know, babysat your kids, you know, did things for you, asked you how you were doing, you know, all the things. And I sit here as a person who had none of that, has none of that. And I say that, yeah, you could have major hurts, and it's not there, you know, it's not, there's no pain Olympics or suffer Olympics. That's misery Olympics. It's not, let's not compete, you know, people like to do that, but we also like to minimize our own pain because it doesn't always look like everybody else's. But don't do that. Don't do that. Just notice how you feel. Accept how you feel or have felt. It is valid. You are valid. Your experience is valid. And it will only run us until we can accept that. Because when we keep fighting back and forth with it, like, I don't know if it was as bad as I remember it, or maybe I'm making a bigger deal of this than, you know, than I should. Other people have it way worse than me. No, it still owns you at that point. Let that, all of that thinking go. If it hurt, it hurt. If it was traumatic, it was traumatic. So anyways, I hear you. I feel you. I see you. That's not an easy one. The mother wound. The mother wound is one of the ultimate initiations, isn't it? Processes, isn't it? All right. So we also have, I want to talk about, we have the name Joe J. Where did you go? Here we go. Joe or Jay, maybe Joy. I have to say, this is synchronistic for me. It makes sense. My bestest friend in the whole universe, Aries, her name is Joe. I'm sorry, I am doxing you out there, baby. I don't know if you're watching. If you are, I love you. I love you. I love you. I miss you. And then we got this crab up here. Look at this crab right here. Big crab. We also have, and I've been trying to figure out what this is up here. I'm like, is this like a mustache? Is it a crab? Is it an H? Is it an IUD? I don't, that's what I was like, is this birth control? It looks like the number 35 as well. But let's see. We have the crab. We have the rooster. So we have an alarm going off. We have this dude up here. He's like, he looks bald maybe, or balding. Here, his eyes, his mustache, maybe. He looks like Lennon to me. Not John Lennon, the, you know, the dictator. I don't know what else to call him. The leader. I'm not going neutral. I'm sorry. Here's the upper body. Here are the legs. And over here, the house. So to me, we have an apple. It looks like an apple that's cut open. And then we have a dog over here. So I feel like there's an older masculine energy. I feel like you have a deep friendship with somebody who has the attributes of the crab, or they're a Cancer. I think that it is probably a masculine person. We do have this older male energy for sure. I'm drinking coffee. It's super loud. Sorry. I hope that you can't hear that pouring. It's like... Now, I feel like this person is a very stoic. This is a stoic person. They keep it in. They try not to indulge their reactions, but just kind of accept things as they are by the facts, not the how do I feel about this. I think that this can be difficult for you at times because you do operate off of your feelings, your intuitions, your emotions. But you're really good friends. I almost feel like you make an excellent team. This might be somebody you work with. There seems to be this energy of going on like a mission together, going on some kind of escapade together, journey, hero's journey. I do see we have a person here with a lamp behind them and another person sitting here with a little hat. And I feel this real kindredness. I feel like there's a lot of comfort here. You can be yourself with this person. You are just very direct. There's not a lot of the pretense and all of that in there. So I feel like I almost kind of feel like there's going to be a situation where you're staying together or living together for a while. Like maybe something happened at their house and they have to stay with you or vice versa. I feel like you have a lot of anxiety about this. I don't think that you like being around people in your personal space a lot. At least like outside people from the like family unit. However, I believe that this is like the beginning of something new for you. I think it's almost kind of like it unlocks something that's been kind of dormant. Where maybe you've been much more solitary and this is kind of opening you up to be in a position of, well, having somebody around the house, right? Somebody to have coffee with, somebody to kind of chit chat. Well, what do you have going on today? You know, that kind of thing. So I feel like this is going to be kind of the shift back into maybe being a little bit more connected to people. I feel like maybe the disruption here is that you have been quite solitary and really just kind of focused on the business at hand, right? And just kind of keeping your own little world together, keeping your, nervous system under control, cortisol levels down, all of that kind of wonderful stuff. And now you're in this situation where you're around somebody a lot and it doesn't feel awful. So I think that that's a good thing. I think that's going to be a really good thing. All right, so we have some love. We also have that phallic symbol. We have that creative energy. We have, it looks like, I feel like there has been, and I'm going to get the deck out. I want to know who this is. There's been a conflict with somebody. It feels like love, but it also feels like a neighbor or somebody that is in close proximity to you, but not exactly in your space. Here we go. Okay. So we have somebody, it feels maybe like a person that has a job that is some kind of laborer, like maybe in construction, maybe I feel like it's somebody who builds stuff, honestly, or maybe like interior design of something, but it's very hands-on. Okay, with the 10 Ten of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Ooh. Five of Swords. Whoa, what is going on with this person? This is in their head. I mean, they must be a Cancer. This is a person vacillating between trying to be strong and see things through while really wobbling into this like ho-hum, the world's out to get me, no, nothing's going my way, why should I even try? And I feel like to you, that's the thing here. It's almost kind of like you've never seen this part of them, because they usually are dwelling in this like mastery and this ability to really, just get out there and shape the world that they want to live in. And they seem very confident in that. But then seeing this part of them, I could see where, like, listen, we all have this. We all, and it feels like kind of like, ooh, because we all know what it is to be in this place, and it feels desperate. Who wants to deal with a desperate person? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where you're kind of put off here. And I think that's where I'm seeing the conflict. But there seems to be a lot of love. Okay? I think that there's a lot of love, and there's love that is growing. Okay? So now I want to pick just one card. I want to see if this word will align. And these are the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Acquisition. Okay. So I feel like for you to be on a team with this person, to feel like you're building towards something, to feel engaged beyond just the courtship, right? Beyond the I love yous and the physical connection and, all of that. There has to be something for you to like have a common goal, right? And I think that's what's really going to get you to the next level with them. Okay? All right. Now let's do our lucky numbers. Lucky numbers. Number 82, number 11, number 58. 58. All right. Well, Aries, I love you. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, again, I'm just going to tell you, I love you. I love you. I love you. Please take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Good night.